You wake up on your first day of retirement. No alarm clock, no morning commute, no boss waiting for that report. You feel free until you check your bank account and realize something terrifying: your paycheck isn't coming. For the first time in 40 years, the money has stopped flowing in, and that's when it hits you. Everything you thought you knew about money just changed overnight. What I'm about to share with you isn't talked about enough, but it's one of the most jarring financial transitions you'll ever experience. Retirement isn't just about leaving your job, it's about a complete reversal of your entire financial reality. And if you don't understand what happens to your money the moment you retire, you could find yourself in serious trouble within the first few years. So let's break down exactly what changes, why it matters, and most importantly, how to adapt before it's too late. Most people prepare emotionally for retirement. They dream about traveling, pursuing hobbies, spending time with grandchildren. They imagine freedom and relaxation. But here's what they do and prepare for: the psychological shock of watching money leave your accounts without anything coming back in. For decades, you've been conditioned to see your bank balance grow. Every 2 weeks, like clockwork, deposit, 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 your account trends upward. Even when you spend money, you know more is coming. That creates a sense of security, a financial rhythm you can count on. But the moment you retire, that rhythm stops dead. Now you're watching your account balance go down. Every grocery trip, every utility bill, every dinner out, it's all subtraction now, no addition. And psychologically, this is incredibly difficult for new retirees to handle. Studies show that financial anxiety actually increases in the first 2 years of retirement, even for people who saved adequately. Why? Because spending down your savings feels wrong after a lifetime of building them up. This is the emotional shift nobody warns you about. You've spent 40 years being a saver, and now you have to become a spender. You've been taught your whole life that depleting your accounts is failure. But in retirement, that's literally the plan. Your savings exist to be spent, yet it feels like you're doing something wrong every single day. Now let's talk about the financial mechanics of what actually happens to your money when you retire. Before retirement, your financial equation was simple. Income greater than expenses equals savings. You earned money through your salary. You spent what you needed, and ideally, you saved the difference. Your net worth went up over time. You built equity. You accumulated wealth. But the moment you retire, that equation completely reverses. Expenses greater than income equals drawdown for most retirees. There's still some income: Social Security, maybe a pension if you're lucky, perhaps some dividends or rental income. But for the vast majority of people, that passive income doesn't cover all expenses. The gap has to be filled by withdrawing from your savings, your 401k, your IRA, your investment accounts. Here's where it gets real. Let's say your expenses in retirement are $5,000 per month. Your Social Security gives you $2,500. That means you need to withdraw $2,500 every single month from your retirement accounts just to maintain your lifestyle. That's $30,000 per year you're pulling out of your nest egg. And here's the kicker: that withdrawal isn't just reducing your principal, it's also reducing your future earning potential. Every dollar you withdraw is a dollar that can't grow anymore. It's not compounding. It's not earning returns. It's gone. This is the harsh reality of retirement. Your money is now on a one-way journey out the door. And if you withdraw too much, too fast, you risk running out before you die. Financial planners call this sequence of returns risk and longevity risk. But what it really means is this: you could outlive your money. Let me show you how this plays out with a real example. Meet Sarah. She's 65 years old, just retired from her job as a teacher, and she's done pretty well for herself. She has $600,000 in her 401k and IRA, a paid-off house worth $350,000, Social Security benefit of $2,200 per month, no pension, no major debts. Sarah's monthly expenses are $4,500. Her Social Security covers $2,200, which means she needs to withdraw $2,300 per month from her retirement account. That's $27,600 per year. Now, financial advisors often recommend the 4% rule, the idea that you can safely withdraw 4% of your retirement savings each year without running out. For Sarah, 4% of $600,000 is $24,000 per year. Here's what happens to Sarah's money over the next 10 years, assuming a conservative 6% average annual return on her investments. Year 1, balance $600,000 gives withdraw, $27,600 gives ends at $608,640. Year 5, balance $684,291 gives withdraw, $27,600 gives ends at $697,428. Year 10, balance $786,420 gives withdraw, $27,600 gives ends at $805,965. Waiter, balance went up. Yes, in this scenario, her investments grew faster than her withdrawals. Sarah might feel safe, but here's the problem. What if we hit a market downturn in years 2 and 3? What if her portfolio drops 20% right after she retires? Now the math looks completely different. Year 1, balance $600,000 gives market drops, 20% gives $480,000 gives withdraw, $27,600 gives ends at $480,480. Year 2, market drops another $20, year to market drops another $32,432 gives withdraw, $30,030 30 30 30 30 30 30 30 30 30 30 30 30 30 30 30 30 30 30 30 30 30 30 30 30 third and what there is in that it so far with friend that fact what the quiff where for who this with what poor with where with what go who with have our with Year 3, market recovers 15%, gives $495,579, gives withdraw $27,600, gives ends at $496,654. Now, Sarah's balance is lower than when she started, even after a market recovery, and she's 3 years older with 3 fewer years of savings. This is sequence of returns risk, and it's one of the biggest dangers retirees face. Sarah's money is doing something it never did during her working years. It's vulnerable. A market crash that would have been a buying opportunity in her 40s is now a potential catastrophe in her 60s. She can't just wait it out when she's withdrawing money every month to live. This is what happens to your money when you retire. It becomes fragile. So how do you adapt to this new financial reality? Here are the strategies that actually work. 1. Build a cash buffer. Keep 1 to 2 years of expenses in cash or short-term bonds. This way, if the market crashes, you're not forced to sell stocks at a loss. You can live off your cash buffer while your investments recover. For Sarah, this would mean keeping $54,000, $108,000 in a high-yield savings account. 2. Create a retirement income floor. Your floor is the guaranteed income you can count on no matter what: Social Security, pensions, annuities. Make sure this floor covers your essential expenses: housing, food, healthcare, utilities. Everything beyond that is funded by your portfolio withdrawals. This creates psychological security because you know your basics are covered. 3. Use a dynamic withdrawal strategy. Don't stick to a fixed dollar amount every year. When the market is up, you can withdraw a bit more. When it's down, tighten your belt. Studies show this flexibility can dramatically reduce the chance of running out of money. For Sarah, this might mean withdrawing $30,000 in good years and $25,000 in bad years. 4. Delay Social Security if possible. Every year you delay Social Security past your full retirement age, up to age 70, your benefit increases by about 8%. That's a guaranteed 8% return, better than most investments. 5. Plan for healthcare costs. This is the wild card. The average 65-year-old couple will spend $315,000 on healthcare in retirement. That's separate from your regular living expenses. Make sure you're budgeting for Medicare premiums, supplemental insurance, and out-of-pocket costs. 6. Consider part-time work early retirement years. Even earning $10,000, $15,000 per year from part-time work or consulting in your first few years of retirement can dramatically reduce your withdrawal needs. If Sarah earned just $12,000 per year for the first 5 years, she'd withdraw $78,000 less from her portfolio, giving those funds more time to grow. Here's the truth about retirement. It's not about having a magic number in your bank account. It's about understanding the fundamental shift in how money flows through your life and adapting to that new reality with clear eyes and a solid plan. Your money doesn't stop working when you retire, but its job changes. It's no longer about accumulation, it's about sustainable distribution. It's no longer about what you can build, it's about what you can maintain. And yes, watching your account balance fluctuate can be unsettling after decades of steady growth. But remember, you didn't save all that money to stare at it. You saved it to use it, to fund the life you dreamed about, to give yourself security and freedom in your final decades. The moment you retire, your money begins its most important job yet, supporting the life you worked so hard to build. So prepare for the shift, understand the risks, build your buffers, and then spend it. Enjoy it. That's what it's there for. Because the real tragedy is running out of money at reaching the end of your life with money left over and experiences you never had. Plan wisely, adapt thoughtfully, and retire peacefully.